Most people just get in the markets and start placing trades as if the market is a game. On today's video, we are going to be talking about some of the ways that you can actually get your mindset, your psychology on the right time frame, and what are the things that I look into when I do my pre-market preparations. What is the things that you need to be looking into psychologically and prepare for the market just before maybe you place a trade. So the first thing that I do is that I've got like a list of some of my top priorities, go-tos, which is like obviously affirmations, meditations, and just being able to write down my goals. So what it does for me is that with the affirmations part, it helps me be able to just affirm into what it is that I need my subconscious mind to believe into. So let me just give you guys two different types of affirmation routines or things that I can tell myself every single day. The first thing could be something like, I am so happy and excited that I profit from the market each and every single day. So this affirmation, what it does is that I train my mind into knowing that no matter what happens, no matter the outcome of that trade that I took, I'm still profitable at the end of the day. Because of why? Because I look at the long-term picture. And the second affirmation could be something as easy as, I'm so happy and excited that I follow my trading plan or my trading journey. So what this does is that as well, it helps you be able to stay and be disciplined, because as a trader you need to be disciplined. So if you subconsciously tell yourself that you are a disciplined trader and you are following through with your trading plan, it'll help you be able to just excel and basically never ever skip or break your trading discipline. So those are the two types of affirmations that I use. Maybe you are still a beginner, so you can start telling yourself like, I'm happy and excited that I learn trading every single day, I increase my skill. Depends on where you are in your journey. So now over to the meditation side. Obviously I just lay low for a bit, like close my eyes, sit down, listen to calm music, because what it does is that it allows me to cancel out everything that happened on my previous daily trading session. So let's say even if I did win and I made so much money, I don't want to be entering the markets now with so much confidence, because I might increase my lot sizes, I might do things that I'm not supposed to be doing because I'm too excited. So I basically just cut out everything that I experienced and I focus more on how I want my day to be. So even when I enter the markets, it's like basically I'm entering with a new me type of a scene or a phase. So now moving over to the goal setting. Goal setting will actually help you be able to spot on some of those specific tasks that you need to complete. So obviously, let's say the first goal could be pre-market let's say analysis. Maybe you're looking at the fundamental reports of what's going on for that day, economic date, whatever that moves the market. You look at that and then you take it down. That's a goal for the day. And then moving over, you look at the technical side of things, meaning that you now look into what is the market saying, where's the market going to be moving, how you're going to be entering. You set all those things down and then you put it down. So those are some of the goals that you can put into. And let's say if you are still learning, you can also have a goal be like, you need to cover at least 3 video lessons. You can cover let's say 3 lessons, and while looking at those lessons, obviously they'll help you with this take down notes. So you put down goals of where you actually want to be when the day is over, because remember, at the end of the day, when you are sorting out your psychological side of things, or when you are just focusing more on preparation, you need to as well know what is the outcome, what are you trying to achieve at the end. But moving over to dealing with the psychological side of things, I need you guys to remember this, that the psychological side is more of you and your mind, what you can control within the mind. You can't control the markets, you can't control maybe the skill that you currently have and stuff, but you can control your mind, and your mind can literally control all those things, meaning that your mind can control how you react towards the market conditions, how the market moves. You can also control in terms of the skill. You can control more of what you learn, how you improve. Like let's say now, I feel like for me, if I notice that there's a gap or a loophole in whatever that I'm learning or something that I think that I'm good at, I'm excited, because it means that there's a room for improvement, which means that if you're still not yet at that level where you want to be at, you should be excited of going through the process, because the process is actually going to help you get over to that specific level or specific position that you want to be in as a person. So now speaking about the psychological things that I look into, pre-market analysis and all those things. So what I do is that obviously I did give you guys the affirmation, the meditation, also the goal setting, but there's things that now I start diving more into. I obviously get into my trading view platform, then I start looking at what it is that I'm going to be trading. I only have 3 specific, like 1 currency and 2 indices that I look into every single day. I look at the previous daily high, daily close, daily open. I look at the daily high, the daily low. Then I start looking at today, what can be expected. I look at the prices in terms of the zones that it has formed, some of the technical tools that I apply in order of me to be able to make up or see if my strategy can be applied. And now after that, I now break it down and start looking into what are my risks for the day. How much am I going to be losing for the total day? Let's say now if I'm done by over 100 pounds, am I okay? Am I calling it a day? Or am I just going to push it up to 150 pounds? Something's in alignment with that. And I'll start looking into as well, if let's say now I'm starting to spot like this is a trade that can happen, I'll tell myself how many re-entries will I give myself on that trade. Because remember that with the markets, it doesn't necessarily happen that every time you enter, the market is going to go in your direction. You can enter now, then it goes against you, and then maybe afterwards, because you gave up, the market goes goes in your direction, then you're like, oh, I saw it, but you didn't make any money from it. At the end of the day, it makes you an analyst instead of a trader. We want you to be focusing on becoming a trader, and the best way you can do that is to literally focus on what are those things that you can do that are actionable steps in order of you to come back in the markets when it has hit you. So that's why each and every single day you should never risk more than you are allowed to risk, because of the fact that tomorrow you need to be able to just come back in the markets with a cleaner mindset. I see most people out there that have maybe $1,000 today, and within tomorrow they've lost let's say today they've lost another $500. Tomorrow when they enter, they are starting with $500, which means that now they are starting with 50% less than what they had the previous day, which means that you are 50% poorer than the previous day. That's not a good way to start. You need to always start by seeing that you are at least gaining some sort of profitability, at least learning somehow you're improving something, you are growing every single day. Looking at, okay, now that I've executed this trade, it gave me what I wanted, I've executed it, how do I go about managing it? That means that maybe for the next 1 hour, I'll be looking into just management, looking at what can I do in order, because once you executed a trade, even if it's moving in profit, it's not yet done up until you've removed all risk on the table. What you do is that you focus more on, yes, let me remove risk, maybe put on break even or something. Now that you've put on break even and you've removed all risk, you need to also have a plan on what can you do in order now to make as much money as possible. Remember, the first step is getting the trade, having that re-entry. If it does hit you, things don't go well, you have a plan of what are you going to do in order to just make sure that you bounce back on the trade instead of being involved in what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. So those are some of my top go-to tricks in terms of how I do my pre-market analysis, how I prepare myself, and how I actually get ready for the day, and how I actually at the end of the day I look back and I say, these are things that I followed through with, these are things that I didn't follow through with. No matter how much money I made or no matter how much I lost, as long as I've stuck through with what I said that I need to stuck through with, it shows that I've got some sort of a level of discipline, and it shows that my psychological self is actually growing every single day. Because as a trader, yes, 20% is literally everything in terms of the technicals, the strategies, the risks, the whatevers, and all those things, but the rest follows through with psychology. Because if the psychology isn't in play, that means that you will not or ever get to see or benefit from the potentials of how much you can make from the markets. Those are my go-tos. Comment below what you guys are thinking about it, and also comment below with some of the topics that you want me to cover through with. And as well, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Lesiba Mothupi. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys on the next YouTube video.